And now Armpit Theatre presents The Admirable Loombucket, Part 2.
Well now, as you may remember, my name is Lord Tantamount Horse Posture. And whilst on a world cruise with my young, incredibly beautiful daughter Wisteria, played incredibly by Betty Marsden, and her fiancé, the Reverend Isambard Mouse Practice, played by tiny, agile Hugh Paddock, we were shipwrecked. Only timely intervention by my butler Loombucket, exquisitely portrayed by Bolivian sex goddess Kenneth Williams, saved us from disaster. Puffing up his inflatable rubber Douglas Smith, he steered us to safety. Well, Bill Pertwee was in it too, but for the life of me, I can't remember what he did. After several days in an open Douglas Smith, we landed on an uninhabited desert island. Our only provisions, 6 dreary gramophone records and an inexhaustible supply of Roy Plumley. What was to become of us?
Safe at last. Where are we, Loombucket?
The lost island of Gonga, your ladyship.
Your voice has changed since last week, Loombucket.
It does at my age, lady. Yes, 'tis the lost island of Gonga.
But how do you know?
I recognise the signs.
What sign?
Look, there, that one. It says, the lost island of Gonga welcomes careful castaways. And there's another one there. See, keep Gonga tidy.
Oh, yes, and see there, dominating the island, the sacred volcano of Gonga, played by Douglas Smith with a hole in his head and steam coming out of his ears.
What an awesome sight. Snow mantling his mighty summit and lava oozing down his sides.
That's porridge, actually. I had a hurried breakfast this morning.
Shut up, Smith. You're a volcano. You just loom over us and rumble ominously.
Yes, I told you I had a hurried breakfast.
Oh, shut up, Smith. Shut up.
Rumble, rumble. Exit, rumble, rumble.
That's better.
I've heard it said that when the god of the volcano gets angry, he can only be placated by having a young maiden thrown to him.
Well, I think that's a rumour put about by Smith on the off chance that some gullible twit will believe him.
But how are we to live here in this desolate spot? It may be years before we're rescued.
Yes, you're right. Loombucket, build us a rude hut.
Yes, my lord, right away. I shall need a rude hammer, some rude nails, and a rude saw.
So, what about Confucius? He say, man who lose soap in bath, find...
All right, Master. You're not at the Ecumenical Council now. Right now, Loombucket, get started.
Yes, my lord. There you are, my lord. Yes, finished.
Wasn't that quick, too? Good heavens. A life-size replica of Windsor Castle. Oh, well, it'll have to do. The next day we set to work, and there was plenty to do. We erected a flagpole, and I rang up a pair of long johns. In return, he ran up a pair of mine. Meanwhile, one of the others, led by Loombucket, they were exploring the island.
Look, Fingal.
Hello, my dear. Allow me to present myself already. Solly Fingal, Gentleman's Castle.
But what are you doing here?
Oh, don't ask me, my dears. I was just dragged in for a cheap laugh. Fool's errand, as it turned out.
Oh, it must have been a mirage.
Yes, the mind plays funny tricks.
I wish you'd play funnier ones than that. I'm frightened. Hold me, Loombucket.
You were told last week, Ducky, hold your own Loombucket. I've got an armful of coconuts here.
Oh, Loombucket, you're so masterful. Oh, yes, I'd follow you anywhere.
Well, Miss Tiania, you're obviously infatuated with him. There's no point in my staying here. I shall go back to camp with Lord Horsemaster.
Chacun a son goût.
Loombucket, we're alone. Come, sit here beside me on the sand. Oh, I love you, Loombucket. And you, Loombucket, love me.
Oh, so, my lady, but it can never be. I know my place, and you know my place, don't you, my lady?
Yes, Loombucket.
Right, see you at my place in 10 minutes. And here, I say, my lady.
Yes?
If I'm late, start without me.
The weeks dragged into months and the months into years, and as our clothes became more tattered and torn, so Loombucket revealed his qualities of leadership. Among other things. Each Sunday he'd swim 300 miles to the mainland to fetch the Sunday papers, sometimes not returning till the following July. He prepared us succulent dishes made with native fruits.
More paw, my lady.
Not first thing in the morning. Please keep your paws to yourself.
But all the time the sacred Douglas Smith brooded over us.
Rumble, rumble, puff, puff.
And then one day...
Rumble, shudder, quiver, quiver, pow, cuss, plot.
Cuss plot?
Because I think I've erupted.
The volcano is angry. I warned you on page 3, but you wouldn't heed me.
Oh, what are we going to do?
We must propitiate it with a sacrifice.
Well, which of us is it to be?
It has to be a young maiden.
Oh, well, that rules me out.
And me.
And me.
And me.
Well, why are you all staring at me? All right, I'll do it. I'll black up and go in drag. It's an old trick, but it might just work.
And without further ado, the admirable Loombucket scaled the volcano, paused, touched his forelock for the last time, and plunged into the awful bubbling maw of the sacred Douglas Smith.
Thank you. Made an old volcano very happy.